Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about education and parents and how much say parents should have in public education. Because I feel like this is going to be a big topic come 2024. And there's a certain sentence that is being used to rally people behind a certain idea. And I get the sentence, I understand what's being said there. I just don't know that there's a whole lot of truth in it. Parents know what's best for their children's education. I mean, do we though? Really? I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure that there's an entire genre of videos and clips and TV shows that demonstrate no, in fact, many parents are not smarter than a fifth grader. I don't know what about the act of creating a child qualifies somebody to be an educator, or more importantly, to plan out an education over the course of a dozen or more years. I don't know that there's any basis for that. And when you look at the people who are using this sentence to rally people, and you look at what they want, they want to spend a dozen or so years teaching reading, writing, and arithmetic, the 3 R's. I don't know that that's what's best for a child's education. It will certainly put them in a position to where they can only be a good worker bee. And there's nothing wrong with being a worker bee. But I think most parents would want their children to have options. If a person graduating high school doesn't have what it takes to pass an entrance exam, doesn't understand society enough, doesn't know how to critically think, doesn't have a good base of the world, good understanding, what are they going to do? This idea of cutting out anything that isn't just the bare minimum, that's not going to benefit children. It's going to hinder them. It's going to hinder them. And it's going to create a permanent underclass. It's going to sharpen a class divide between us commoners and our betters. See, this type of education that all of these politicians are rallying people to demand in public schools, that is not the education their kids are getting. Their kids are going to a private school where, they're learning about all kinds of critical theories. They're learning how to entertain an idea without accepting it. They're learning how to critically think. They're learning about philosophy. They have an arts program. But your kids, because you know what's best for them, all they need to do is know how to read and write and do some basic math. That's just ensuring that the children of today's upper class stay upper class. And those kids that went to public school, there'll be no competition for them. The drive for education is pretty intense. Children, they're sponges. They absorb information constantly. It's going to be a wild sight to see a culture war divide that splits families, splits children away from their parents, teens getting angry with their parents because their parents don't want them to read, because their parents want them dumb, want them uneducated. When you have a politician that can rally you to undermine your child's options, your child's future, just because they used some slogan and waved a flag, you need to rethink. Because if you believe it's a good idea, if you believe it is a good idea in this day and age for 12 years to be spent learning the bare minimum, you in fact do not know what's best for your child's education. No matter how many times you say it, you don't. Because you're limiting their options. You're rallying to destroy your child's future. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.